Do you want a jarred, overpriced, overcooked tomato sauce, or do you want the freshest, brightest tomato sauce that you can make in less than 10 minutes for half the price? We've been leaning into showing you how to make really good food, but less expensive food. One of the things that people keep talking about is tomato sauce, right? Because so many tomato sauces are overly priced, in my opinion. You get a big jar of tomato sauce now, sometimes it can be $7 or $8. Those are the worst things that you can buy. And the reason is that number one, they're not fresh. Number two, they're overcooked. Number three, they're way too sweet, full of sugar. Making your own tomato sauce simply takes only 10 minutes and it's going to be the freshest, most delicious sauce you can make or that's on the market. I bought this can of San Marzano tomatoes, which is one of the best tomatoes that you can use for tomato sauce. The reason I went for the canned tomatoes is that these are picked when they're ripe. They're partially cooked when they're put in the can, so they are in the perfect state right now to make a simple tomato sauce. This doesn't require cooking the tomatoes for 3 or 4 hours. I know that that's kind of a common theme, is like the Sunday gravy. You cook the tomato sauce for hours and hours and hours, but what that does is that makes the sauce way too sweet. That also makes the sauce, it mutes the flavors. You wanna be able to cook your sauce quickly and simply so that bright tomato flavor can come out, especially for a weeknight meal. So I'll make this once or twice a week, and this is what I'll keep in the refrigerator if I'm gonna throw some pasta together for the kids, or I wanna put some sauce on chicken, etc., meatballs, you name it. This is the way to go. So I'm gonna show you how this is done. Now, for those of you that are rolling your eyes right now and thinking, but tomato Sunday gravy should be 4 or 5 hours, that's great. If you wanna do it for 4 or 5 hours, throw some meat in there and at least get the braise out of it. That's what you wanna be doing for 4 or 5 hours on a Sunday. You don't wanna be muting the flavor of your tomatoes by overcooking them. The reason I'm starting with whole tomatoes is that you're going to get the best flavor from the tomatoes. You're gonna get all that beautiful pectin from the tomato skin. So you've got the whole tomatoes in here and a little bit of the juice from the tomatoes. What I'm gonna start by doing is pouring these into a large bowl. The reason I'm doing this is that I wanna crush these tomatoes by hand. This is an important step. If you don't crush the tomatoes by hand, you use a blender or you smash them by using some sort of a knife or cutting them, you're actually breaking open the tomato seeds, and that creates a bitter flavor in your tomato sauce. What I'm doing is I'm just putting my hands in here and I'm crushing these tomatoes, leaving the seeds intact. This is an essential step. So when I talk about how you only need a couple ingredients, but it's the technique that creates the flavor, this is a prime example. People take this and they puree it, and that's what makes the tomato sauce incredibly bitter. So this is the prep right here. This only took, what, 30 seconds? Garlic crushed, tomatoes crushed, and we're gonna take this over to the stove. So the other ingredient, or utensil if you will, that you want to include when making a simple tomato sauce, and it's essential for flavor, is a wooden spoon. Now I've talked about the wooden spoon before when we're stirring risottos or we're stirring other dishes, right? And the key is that this applies when you're doing a dish that you have to stir a lot. And you want the wood for 2 reasons. First and foremost, for the tomato sauce, a stainless steel or a metal spoon is going to crush all of the tomato, including potentially the seeds, in addition to the cellular wall of the tomatoes that we crushed by hand. And what that's gonna do is that's gonna release a lot more chemicals, and then in regards to the seeds, the bitterness. So you want a gentle stir. So you don't wanna crush those seeds, that's the bitterness. Number 2 is that as you're constantly stirring and you're hitting the bottom of the pan, if you have a cheap stainless steel, aluminum, or metal spoon, that's going to release a metallic flavor into your sauce and your food, especially if you're stirring a lot. So once again, we talk about simple techniques and simple ingredients for less expensive, but you gotta follow the right technique. Using a wooden spoon is one of those key elements. And I'm gonna add extra virgin olive oil, probably 2 to 3 tablespoons, right? Because we're gonna wanna gently fry the garlic in that oil. So now I'm gonna add my garlic cloves into this oil, and I'm just gonna lightly stir it or fry it until it's bloomed, which is really only about 45 seconds. You don't want this to be burnt. You want it to be kind of the color of hay, just lightly golden brown. It's very redolent. You can smell it when you want to pull or at least add your tomatoes to it. Now I'm gonna hit it with a touch of the Aleppo pepper, just a little bit, let that bloom for 10 seconds. And now I'm just gonna add my tomato sauce right in there, okay? So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna simmer this for only 10 minutes till it thickens just a touch, which is gonna give it a really nice mouthfeel. Add just a dollop of butter in here. This is how I like my tomato sauce. I like to mount it with a little bit of butter at the end. I love this tomato facial. It gets in the pores, it's good for you. It actually gives you a little bit of an Italian accent because these are Italian tomatoes. My butter has just really melted into this sauce, and that gives it a nice, rich, velvety mouthfeel. I'm gonna mix in some fresh basil. You could add fresh oregano, you can add dried oregano. If you do wanna change the flavors, this is where you would do it afterwards, right? Like you can use fresh fennel powder, fennel pollen, any of those flavors, you can make it spicier. This is the time that you would do it. So I'll just do about a fat tablespoon of basil in there, fresh cracked pepper. I like mine with a nice bite. Once again, essentially you add this fresh cracked pepper at the end so you get that whole flavor in there that's not muted by virtue of the heat. And then a little bit of more freshly cracked sea salt. Now I just mix it together. The basil will release those aromatic oils into the sauce. Now do this in batches. This was $3 in California, so probably 40 cents in any other state. But $3 in California, we created this much sauce, which is really more than you would get from even a large jar of pre-made tomato sauce at the store. And keep in mind, they're using like the worst commercial tomatoes for those tomato sauces, and they're just mass boiling them in a big vat and throwing in a bunch of seasoning and sugar and preservatives. So you're getting a real sweet, somewhat sticky tomato sauce. That's why they're so cheap. So even nowadays, if one of those is gonna cost $6 or $7 for one of those big jars, we just made more than you would get in a jar fresh in less than 10 minutes for $3. Well, add the cost of the basil and the garlic, etc. So we'll say $4. And then you can kind of look at how rich this is, right? I mean, beautiful, fresh tomato sauce right here. Still a little rustic because it's got some of the chunks of tomato in there. Give it a go, give it a taste. Just like Grandma used to make. I know that this sounds crazy, but one thing that I like to do when I make this fresh tomato sauce is I'll have a bowl of it, almost like it's a tomato soup, and then I'll just do a little bit of Parmesan in there. So like right here, this would be my lunch. Nope, more, 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 more. I love Parmesan. Voila.